Oi, for the last zogging time, Beast Snaggas are not feral. Ah! Wag! Welcome back to the Red Ones Go Fasta. I'm old Big Mek, and in this episode, we're looking at our Beastsnagga Army again. And, well, we're gonna do some learning on ya. Let's get into it! Alright, for those of you that are not quite understanding what all is going on, my name is indeed old Big Mek, and what we have been doing here on the channel is building a whole new army. See right up there. Started this project in December of last year. Basically, I've been collecting Warhammer 40K for a little over 30 years now, and you know, orks have been my main army for most of that time, and is definitely my main army of today. But I didn't have any of the new Beast Snagga stuff yet, save one beast boss. And when the holiday boxes were announced, I knew that I really wanted to build the Beast Snagga Stampede. I did have the Beast Snagga Army boxes. I had never built it. So in between the Army box and the holiday box, figured, let's do it. Let's see how long it takes a regular person, somebody with a job, kids, family, house, all that good stuff, to actually build a Warhammer army. And I've been given semi-regular updates on it as we've moved along. But one of the biggest things that I keep running into every single time I do a video on Beast Snaggas is people talking about how feral they are and how it doesn't fit with the aesthetic of being orcs and how it's not part of orkdom and they just kind of came out of nowhere. And that's all bunk. And I'm telling you that because old Big Mek here is a graybeard and was there all the way back in the day when they originally came out. They were known as Scar Boys. And not just Scar Boys either. You also had the Boar Riders, the ones that would ride in on the boars, and a bunch of other things here in the fluff, in the rules, in the background that spoke to these weird boys or odd boys that were a little obsessed with getting into the biggest fights. And don't get me wrong, even way all the way back in Rogue Trader era, there were wild ones, right? Feral orcs are a thing. Snake bites are a thing, but that's not what these are. The Beast Snaggas very much embody a lot of the mechanic side of the orcs and the pain boy side of the orcs and put them all together in a package that's really tough. And I quote from the Holy Tome, Wag the Orks from Rogue Trader, which, by the way, if you want your own hardcover copy of this, you can join our Patreon. I can tell you how to get that. Anyways, and I quote, according to legend, some ancient orc fought as boar riders. This practice is still found among some orc tribes that have clung on to the more primitive methods of warfare on wilderness planets. Okay, fair, but keep going. More advanced orcs who made contact with these tribes were so impressed by the ferocity of the boar riders that the mechs and pain boys set about experimenting with captured wild boars. Before long they had bred, or rather engineered, a breed of cyborg boar. Known as a cyborg, these beasts are part ferocious animal and part machine. Bionics lend cyborgs enhanced stamina and endurance. The naturally savage temperament of the wild boar remains, along with several technological enhancements. For example, their teeth and tusks are of gleaming razor-sharp steel. There you have it. That's literally the original rulebook for orcs, and it has a whole section in here talking about feral orcs that rode boars being so impressed to the new 40K orcs that they added mechanical bits to them and made these really tough, crazy beasts, right? That's what the Beast Snaggas are. And there's dozens of them in this book. And it's not just the crazy Rogue Trader era stuff either. You find it in 2nd edition too. In 2nd edition, we had a squid catapult, for example. And of course you had the Boar Boys. In fact, here they are riding the boars. And you can see these ones aren't very technological, right? That boar right there especially is just all natural. But if you look at it, the knob especially, look at it. He's got the big Smash-a-Squig face mask thing on and metallic tusks. And that's the snakebite knob on Cyborg. So, I mean, having cybernetically enhanced creatures to ride into battle has been a thing since 2nd edition. In fact, from the actual army entry or unit entry in the rules here, the best boars are selected by mechs and pain boys and turned into a strange amalgam of animal and machine known as a cyborg. I mean, it's right there. They just changed the boar to a squig when they turned them into Beast Snaggas. And then in 3rd edition, too, we get Scar Boys. And Scar Boys are veteran warriors who bear the scars of dozens of battles. These orcs have grown exceptionally big and have strong, brawny, gnarled arms bulging with slabs of muscle from fighting in numerous conflicts. What are the Beast Snaggas? They're regular orcs that are a little bit bigger and a little bit tougher that are covered head to toe in scars. That's where this comes from. Look, GW's not a perfect company, and I get that, and they make a lot of units that are weird or pull stuff out of their who knows where. We don't even need to get into Primaris Marines, right? But when it comes to orcs, when they did this right. It was definitely done by a team of people that know the orc history, that actually went back into all the old holy tombs and really looked at everything and went, okay, what is the army missing that it used to have back in those heady original days of Rogue Trader 2nd edition and 3rd edition? And I'm all the way back over here at the workbench just to show you exactly what I'm on about. This is Mazrog Scragbad, right, on his ginormous squig. And yes, you can see he has a cybernetic arm himself, but the squiggy here looks pretty normal on this side. You flip to this side, he has an entire mechanical leg and an engine. I mean, come on. That's not just feral, and it's not just him. Literally all of the actual Beast Snaggas themselves have cyborg enhancements, have metal bits on them. And it's not just arms on knobs, it's legs, it's pauldrons, it's all sorts of things. Let me see. I'm gonna find one with a leg here. Of course, everyone I grab doesn't have one, but that's because not everyone's gonna have one. There you go. Look at this guy here. He's got an entire leg is cybernetic. Okay, yeah, he's got a fur on his back, but this thing on his shoulder is metal. Okay, that is a piece of armor that he ripped off of something. There's another one, cybernetic arm. Here's another one. He's got a hide on the top of him there, and he's got a metal piece, a piece of armor from a tank that he is, or dreadnought or something that he has hunted down. My personal favorite is the knob in the Beast Snagga set, the regular boys. The knob has this Necron spine on his back, and I liked it so much I had to take it off and put it on one of my knob on Smash-a-Squigs, who, hey look, has an entire cybernetic arm himself. So I really wanted to help emphasize that, and you know what? When you're searching through your bits, you find some more metallic things like that that would look really cool on converting. And that's kind of the problem that I've gotten into now, is now that I've seen the models and I've built a bunch of the models and I've seen the aesthetic, I've really fallen in love with it. Half the squigs have wheels instead of legs. I mean, come on, these things are very mechanical, they're very Big Mek-y, and I like it. And so I want to convert up some more and even spread some of that look into my regular boys. So I've been really digging through my bits and everybody else's bits and trying to find things like these cool Necron spines, like these cool beast bits that you can put on things to really flesh it out. And that's actually one of the things that we do on the Patreon, besides just the link for that, is I offer a bit service. So what it is if you're on a paying tier membership to Patreon, we only have 2 tiers, free and Mech Boy. If you're on the Mech Boy tier, you can buy a bit service from me. And we've already had all the first ones shipped out. Basically, it's you tell me what you're looking for, and I tell you whether or not I can get my hands on it. There's an unsorted price, and there is a sorted price. And I'm actually sitting on a pile of gold right here that is Gene Stealer Cults. For one of the patrons. So that is how you access this service, because otherwise I'd spend literally all my time just doing bits, which could be a lot of fun, but is not what I'm setting out to do. So, but for my patrons, I will do it, and I do it, and it's been a lot of fun to talk with people and go, okay, what kind of bits are you looking for? What kind of conversions are you doing, so that I can get them hooked up with the gold that they need. So getting your hands on some guaranteed GW plastic bits that are gonna really make your army work. come take a look over at our Patreon, give us a join, and we will get you hooked up. Now, back to the Beast Snaggas themselves. My army is coming along. Progress has really slowed down lately. We got snowed in for a week, which normally would have been fantastic for progress, except it also meant schools were closed. And you guys all know I got 4 grots, and so when you get all 4 of the grots here at home and not going to school, it makes things a little hectic. And that's the kind of real life stuff that I really wanted to talk about in this series. You know, there's so many YouTubers that do these crazy projects and they build an army in some ridiculous amount of time, 48 hours, 24 hours, 1 weekend, something like that. That's just not feasible for real life, right? For regular people, for those of us that have other responsibilities outside of a hobby. But it is possible to get one done if you just keep working at it. And so what I've been doing is, any time that I have available to do it, I really try to focus on it. And of course I get, you know, distracted, and I've been doing all these bits things. I've been doing some painting. I've been, you know, looking at some other armies because you can't help it. But when I sit down here at the workbench, I do try to make a concerted effort to keep working on the army, and I am almost done. So again, I have that second knob on Smash the Squig done now. So now I've got 2 of those. I've got my Mazarug Scragbad. I've got all 20, yeah, no, 30, 10, 20, 30, yeah, I've got all 30 Beast Snagga boys built as well, 1 squad of the Squig Hog boys. So yeah, what's left is the second squad of Squig Hog boys, the regular beast boss on Squigosaur, and then the kill rig. And that's it. And then we're done. And then we get to go into a different series, and that's going to be, how long does it take a regular person to paint an entire army? So that'll be interesting. But anyways, part of this slowdown was in all of this bits and all of this discovery about what makes Beast Snaggas cool and their whole history in orkdom, is I have been collecting a lot of bits like that, and I really want to put them together in another squad. I've done a lot of converting on the ones that I have. I've showed a lot of that here on the videos, so if you haven't seen that, definitely go take a look in our did a whole like video series on Beast Snaggas. You can go to our homepage on YouTube and look at that, and you can actually see me doing these conversions and teaching you how all the different parts move around with each other really easily. In fact, none of these conversions are a major cut at all. Most of them are figuring out the different arms that fit in the same socket and just kind of moving them around, so they're pretty easy. But now I've gotten to the point where there's no more easy conversions left. Everything else is going to be a hard conversion, but I've collected enough bits now that I think I can do it and make another 10 Beast Snaggas that look really, really unique. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, is I need to pick up another 10 Beast Snaggas. That would give me 40 even Beast Snaggas. And the other reason why I really want to do that is that makes this army stand alone by itself, all just my Beast Snagga stuff, 1,500 points with just that one more squad. So I really want to do that so that I have the one more squad, and I've got the 1,500 points, and then we can paint the army and go from there. But yeah, paint boss is done. Everybody's ready to go. Just a couple of models left. The next video will be a whole build series on the kill rig itself, because that thing is a monster and the instructions are screwy. So that's definitely something that I want to be documenting for your sake. And yeah, then we're going to be done. But again, I really wanted to make this video and talk about where these guys are coming from. Beast Snaggas are not feral. They might have a couple of furs and leathers and stuff draped on them, but they have an equal amount of armor and metal stuff draped on them. And they have all these cybernetic pieces, man. So anyways, let's show the army. And here is the army in all of its gray plastic glory. So you can see I've got my knob on Smash the Squig. He's waiting for the squad to lead. I gotta finish building them. There's the other knob on Smash the Squig with that Squig Hog Boy squad ready to go. We've got Mazarug Scragbad here. He's gonna run around on his own. And then over here you've got the Pain Boss, who can bring Beast Snaggas back to life, basically. He's going to be leading that big blob of 20 of them so that he has a maximum chance to do that. And then our regular beast boss on foot is leading the squad of 10 here. Now, like I said, I do want to do another 10. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with them yet. I don't really want to do a second beast boss, but you know, you do end up with the second Beast Boss body from making Mazrog. So I might end up making a second Beast Boss to lead the second squad. And then I'll be over 1,500 points, but that's okay. It gives me some options. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I thank you all for coming in and hanging out with old Big Mek. And yeah, it's been a good ride here on the Beast Snagga Army. I wasn't so hip on them when they first came out, and now I am totally all in on them, learning the history, learning the background, figuring out that they've been around since back in the day, just under different names. And being able to put all of that together and really see them side by side with my current orks and just how well the aesthetic really does work. They just have some extra things thrown on them, just like Tank Bustas have extra things, and Ludas have extra things, and Flash Gets have extra things. How about that? Anyways, appreciate it. Again, if you're interested in learning about how to get your own copy of WOG to Orks, or being a part of my bit service, check us out on Patreon. Links are down in the description below. So, until next time, WOG on!